Hello, Ian Marsh here, author of The Inconvenient Truth About Business Success. You know, there is one common thing that I see happen over and over again with business owners that really is responsible for so many business failures. It frustrates the hell out of me. And despite me pleading with individuals, they still seem to continue to do it. And I'm on the verge of considering physical violence to try and help these business owners not make this critical mistake. Watch this episode to find out what I'm talking about. Hi everyone, Ian here, and yes, I did say I'm considering bodily violence for me to help you succeed in business. Now, why would I say something crazy like that? Well, let me just ask you a question. Now, maybe you're an accountant watching this, or maybe you're a builder, maybe you're an electrician, maybe you're a doctor, I don't know, but let me just ask you one simple question in your business. When was the last time you took time out from doing the work in your company to grab some job cards, to grab some billings, to look at an account and see the hours that are billed there compared to what you've invoiced, to see the parts and the costs to see that you're making a profit? Well, I can tell you from first-hand experience that one of the most common things that I see that is the cause of business failure is the fact that business owners do not take the time to look at their numbers. And look, I get it. I'm an entrepreneur. You see, we are blessed or cursed with a genetic flaw. We want to be out there looking to grow the next great thing or improve something. We have ideas to make money left, right and centre. Just walking down the street with the wind blowing the other way, we're probably coming up with a new idea to improve things. And the last thing we want to do is stop and take time to look at the numbers, because goodness me, that's going to stop us doing the next great thing. But if you do not take the time to look at your individual numbers, it can cost you dearly. And the reason I'm so hot under the collar is because I've seen this happen with many of my great students, and it aggravates the hell out of me. Why? Well, because I had a $10 million education when I first started in my first reasonably sized business, I try everything to ensure that my clients don't make the same mistake. And I'm just going to give you a few examples of some individuals that, despite my best efforts, they do not take the time out to look at individual job cards if they're in trades, or if they're in transport, or if they're in mechanical services, or whatever, they're accountants. They actually don't take the time to say, right, well, let's just have a look, spot check, and look at, say, 20 jobs and see what our profits are on them. See how much we're actually billing, what our profit margins are, and where the costs are. You see, in my first company, that was one of the major causes of my failure, was that I did not have accountability systems. I didn't take the time to look at these job cards, and I didn't know how many times my team were going back to the same job to fix it and get it right the first time. They'd be going back 5 or 6 times to do the job. So labour costs blew out massively. On top of that, they were stealing off me left, right and centre, so material costs were absolutely ridiculous. I mean, when does it take 4 air conditioning systems to be put into one house? I don't know, I thought it took 1. So, if I took the time and just checked my job cards, I could have saved myself that $10 million education. And now, am I the only goose out there? No. You see, I work with so many businesses and I help their businesses grow. One example of fantastic people, they were doing about $800,000 when I started working with them. I helped them get up to around about the $5 million mark, and they put a satellite business in, they expanded, put a general manager there, and I kept on asking them, show me your numbers, where's the profits, I want to see your key performance indicators. And they kept on coming up with excuses for me, and for the first couple of months I accepted it. But then I started saying, no, enough's enough. And I started actually calling them names. I started even using the F word, jumping up and down, yelling, screaming, and yet I could not get them to actually take the time to look at their numbers because they were so busy doing other things. And the sad result was they nearly went to the wall, because all of a sudden they realised that they had all of these outstanding accounts, but they didn't have enough cash to pay for them. Well, how does that happen? Because they think they're busy. It simply was the fact that they didn't take the time to look at the job cards for each job. And so their expenses blew out. Now, just recently, just the other day, another client that I've helped, and his business is growing massively. He's booked out 6-8 weeks in advance. He's a fantastic fellow. But see, business doesn't care how nice you are, how good you are, how committed you are. All it cares about is that you know how to play the game. It's an inconvenient truth, but it is critical to your success. And so I gave him these strategies that helped him get booked out. He's one of the most expensive people in his industry. Clients are flocking into his door saying, please look after me, please look after me. And yet he's losing money hand over fist. Why? Because even though right at the beginning I gave him this long, sad story about how I nearly lost everything because I didn't look at my numbers and I didn't know the key things that were critical in a business in my first organisation. I just thought it was all about sales and getting those systems in there. And I said, do these steps. Make sure that you check these things. Make sure you look at your job cards. He said, yeah, I'll do it. And then, I just got off the phone to him the other day and he wasn't doing it. And all of a sudden he's in a similar situation. And he nearly went to the wall. Ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because he didn't take the time out just to look at the individual job cards and know that he's making a profit. So, am I sounding excited? Am I sounding frustrated? Am I on the verge of physical violence? Damn it, ladies and gentlemen. All I can say to you is put your entrepreneurial gene to the side for a second. Take the time out and know the numbers in your business. It's not that painful and it's not that hard, but it is that critical to ensure that you succeed in your business instead of being another statistic. And I don't want that to happen. Hey, did this make sense to you? Well, if you did enjoy it and it made sense to you, then click below on the subscribe button and I'll keep you updated on my latest episodes of Street Smart Business TV. And also, if you like this information, put some comments below. Let me know what you think and tell me if you'd like me to share some thoughts on some different topics. I'd love to hear from you because I do read them myself personally. Look forward to seeing you and remember the subscribe button's down below and join our family. I'll talk to you soon.